I'm 56 years old and I'm a sales rep for Coca-Cola. I live in Brisbane in Australia, and I'm over here in Thailand having some cosmetic surgery and some dental work done. I'm also having some laser work done at the skin clinic at the hospital. I've also had some inquiries made about rejuvenation processes, and some eye procedures, what's available over here, and the staff have been absolutely fantastic. I've been having appointments made on the spot with specialists who are thoroughly professional, if not better than in Australia.
What were your first impressions of the hospital, Irene, when you first arrived?
Enormous, huge size, twice as big as any hospital I've seen in Princess Alexandra Hospital in Brisbane, or the Women's Hospital in Brisbane. Oh, at least 3 times the size. Yeah.
And what did you think of the hygiene and cleanliness of the hospital?
Well, I felt that the hospital itself was ultra modern. Everything was just so glass, clean, sterile environment. Hygiene was the utmost with the nursing staff and the doctors. They insisted on that. It was second to none. I couldn't even say it was anything near what you would expect in Australia. So I was more than happy with the hospital, and the nursing staff were so attentive, so one-on-one, so understanding, and especially realising that after you've had your procedure, before the procedure, they want to be 100%. You know, they wanted to make sure that I myself was capable of having an operation, and whether, you know, this is for me. So they wanted to make sure.
Oh, with the pre-operative tests and screening.
Oh yes, excellent, and I'm so glad I had that. They really checked everything. They dotted the I's and crossed the T's. I had my heart checked. I had my lungs checked. I had blood tests. I had body checks. Look, you couldn't have checked any more. A lot more than I've ever had in Australia. So yeah, really glad with that.
What was your plastic surgeon like?
Oh, he's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Speaks beautiful English. When I explained what I want, and he showed me the procedures he had performed on other clients, and they were private. They weren't embarrassing pictures of people or anything like that. I thought it was great, and I was more than he could take pictures after my procedures for other people to look and see the before and after. Oh yes, I was no problems with that whatsoever, because it was very private and he was very discreet about that. Communication skills with him were second to none, and also he gave me advice on what I should do, and to make things, to make my results better. And I didn't know certain things were available, and he was explaining to me when I said go for it. Excellent, sure. So yeah, and price-wise was, oh, go for it. That was unbelievable. So the pre-op was excellent. It was very, very on the dots, you know. The operation itself was like every operation. The theatre was enormous. The staff were so gentle, so accommodating. And typical me, I hate pain, and I'm always one of those nervous types. Not at all. I was in good hands, and I couldn't have been taken care of if these people were relatives of mine. They were excellent.
What did you think of so how many days are you post-op now?
I was 2 days in recovery.
In the hospital?
In the hospital.
Had 2 nights in the hospital?
I spent 2 nights at the hospital. I had a tummy tuck, and I had lipo on the back and sides, and a little bit up the back, near where your bra strap is. It takes those little little bumps and muffin things away, the little ripples, so I had that done. And very tender area, so the staff were so accommodating. I didn't have to do anything. They were sort of around me all the time, and every time I had any pains or anything, they were forevermore giving me painkillers to make sure, and they weren't hallucinogenic, sort of, they were really great. They were on top of it all the time to make sure that I wasn't uncomfortable at all times, even during the night. It didn't matter, they were there. So I spent 2 nights in care after the procedure, and then I spent 3 nights in the recovery part of the hospital. I had a room to myself.
What was the room like?
Oh gosh, talk about Sheraton. Geez, it was like the Hilton. It was 6 stars, or I've stayed at the Radisson, I've stayed at the Hilton, I've stayed at lovely places, and this one was, and I couldn't believe it was a damn hospital. I just thought, wow. I had an ensuite to myself. The staff were there at my beck and call. Honestly, I felt dreadful sometimes, but they were forevermore wanting to help me, and I loved it. I love being pampered and looked after. So yeah, I spent 3 nights there, and then after that...
Where have you spent your recovery?
I spent my recovery at the Allison Villa.
Riasan Villa.
And it was so Balinese, so peaceful, I don't know, so peaceful, so tranquil. I think tranquil is the word. The pool, the spa, the room is so gorgeous. Balconies overlooking. Oh, the staff couldn't do any more for us.
Would you recommend people stay in another hotel, or do you think this...
Oh no, this is so central to the hospital, to the doctors, the chemists, if you need any medication, if you need any follow-up visits to your doctor, it's only over the road. If you need any shopping, if you need any personal things like small items at a 7-Eleven corner store, it is a corner store and it's just over the road. The prices are very, very reasonable, and they've got everything there for you.
And the staff at the hotel, are they good with helping you during your recovery?
Oh, I couldn't ask for better people. The communication, I was worried about communication being in Thailand, and I don't speak Taiwanese. And the people, the staff, they're at your beck and call 24/7. Nothing was ever too much. Even if you want a sandwich at 2 o'clock in the morning and you're feeling peckish, no problem. The staff were excellent. The food's yummo, like I need that. But the breakfasts are to die for. The fruits, the meals, yummo. Actually, I didn't even bother going out to the restaurants because the restaurant here is far better than what I would get out there. Price-wise, no competition. It's great. The manager of the complex, look, you think he was a relative. He was just there, and anything you wanted, anything you could do, nothing was ever a problem. And as I say, I think the most important thing for myself coming to Thailand, having all this done, was the communication was the biggest worry, because I don't understand the language, and I was worried whether they could understand me. Not a problem. I would thoroughly recommend this place. In fact, I am coming back in May, and I'm going to have a little bit of a facelift, a little bit of nick and tuck. Not that I want to be 40, but I'd like to look at a nice 50-year-old. How's that?
Has it been nice seeing other people having plastic surgery, other treatments, dental, LASIK, fertility treatment here at the hotel as well?
Yeah, I think it's good because they're asking questions of me and see how I went with my procedures, because they were thinking of doing similar things with the dental, whether cosmetic, or even for health reasons. Some people have come over to, it's not for cosmetic, it's for real medical procedures that they feel they weren't getting the proper treatment in Australia, and that they could get better treatment or try a different process or different treatment here, and they were excellent too. So it was a good feedback, communicating with different clients. I spoke to people from Denmark, I spoke to people from the UK, San Francisco. We had a lady here from San Francisco, from the great US of A, and even she, this is her second trip, and she has always stayed here too. So it's, no, I think it's a home away from home, and it's definitely what I call a Shangri-La.